I'm from Bellevue, Ohio, and in April of '07 I had a tumor removed out of my salivary gland, and I went through 40 treatments of radiation and chemo, and I was 3 years clean, and then I went up and they were monitoring some nodules in my lungs, and they said that these nodules were growing, and that's when we decided to come down here to Internal Balance and go through detoxification with Tamara. It's been really good. Tamara's very confident in what she does. It's basically the only hope I have. They more or less told me there was nothing they could really do with the radiation or the chemo. In October of '09, I weighed 358. I started coming down here to Tamara, detoxifying and changing my diet, and I've lost 60 pounds just through the detoxification.
I think the main reason we came down is we tried the conventional approach to cancer treatments, and with it being in his submandibular gland, which you can see he had surgery, and then he had chemo and radiation, watching him go through what he went through, I made a promise that if it reoccurred that we would find something else, because it was just very unbearable. He could barely swallow. And the biggest thing is it reoccurred. It didn't work. So in the fall of 2009, when we found out he had some nodules in his lungs, and they were pretty sure it was histoplasmosis, they wanted to do a biopsy, and we decided no more surgery, so we started looking at options, and we talked to Tamara. We had a consultation with her, and just talking to her put us at ease that there was hope, that there was other options, and we felt, we should have the freedom to make those decisions. So we packed up and headed down here, and he has been going through different detoxification regimens for at least 8 months, but the first 6 months she worked at building his immune system up and layering different viruses, different fungus, mold, different things that were in his body. And as these things started unlayering, new things popped up. And one of the things that I feel is the biggest change in Gene's body that I see as a positive is his arms are just so lean now. He was so puffy before. And he's lost probably 50 pounds of body fluid just from being detoxified. And that was over a period of the past 3 or 4 months,
Right.
That he's really lost a lot of fluid. But unfortunately, during this time, his cancer surfaced again, and now we're dealing with that. But it seems like every time we come down here, we're coming down every 2 weeks. We come down from Ohio, and every time he goes through this regimen, it's a slow process. You have to be very patient with it. But he gets a little bit better every time we come down. And I came with him this time, and I'm also getting detoxified to keep my health, the best it can be. But I'm here mostly to support him. And I really have a peace about our decision. I feel like we have decided to do what's best for his body. No more poison. It was making him sicker and sicker, and I just think it's time to try to let his body heal himself and put it in God's hands. And as you say about what God has, He has your
Plans for hope in the future.
Yep, and He has your day.
Yeah.
So we don't pick the day we die. That's up to God. We're just putting it in His hands and doing what we feel is best for our bodies. And I feel like Tamara spends hours upon hours researching why people get sick. And the people that come here want answers. They just don't want a Band-Aid approach. They want to get better. And that's why we're here, is to reach optimal health. That's our goal.
She doesn't just pull the weed, she goes right to the root, pulls the root.
And that's what we want.